Welcome to another edition of Canadian Tour TV. I'm Scott Pritchard. I'm here with Wes Heffernan. And Wes, you're back on the Canadian Tour this week after playing in your second U.S. Open last week at Congressional in Washington. Tell us, how was the week for you?
It was a lot of fun. I played really well in stretches, especially the first 50 holes or so, and kind of finished off on a bad note. Struggled coming in the last 4 holes of my round on Saturday, and then struggled Sunday. But before that, it was a lot of fun, and the whole experience as a whole was just an absolute blast.
Tell us what you learned about Wes Heffernan while you were down there.
What I was most proud about at this U.S. Open was I was not very nervous. I was nervous on the first tee, like everyone is, but I handled myself really well and played really calm for almost the whole tournament, and I was pretty proud of that because I had in the past, in my first U.S. Open, my first couple of Canadian Opens, I was really nervous, and it definitely affected my play. And this time, any bad shot I hit or any double bogey I made wasn't because of nerves. It was just kind of the U.S. Open situation where you hit a bad shot and get in a tough lie and can't get up and down. And it was more a result of bad shots than it was of any kind of nerves. So I was proud of the way I felt comfortable and proud of the way I shot 31 on the back nine on Friday to come from kind of a little stretch where I struggled to playing really well and making a bunch of birdies, and you don't expect to ever shoot 31 on 9 holes at a U.S. Open, so it was really cool to do that and then make the cut on the number and get to play the weekend was pretty special.
Now tell us, the 31 must have been a highlight, but tell us, maybe something outside of golf, or what was the highlight of the week for you?
It's tough to say outside of golf because the whole week's about golf, but my family was there, my girlfriend was there, a bunch of my friends were there, my buddy Jeff caddied for me, so just having the whole week to spend with all of them and getting to play 4 rounds and having them there on the weekend, and finally it was my first cut made on the PGA Tour after 9 tries, so it was nice to play the weekend finally and sort of get over that hump and hopefully take that forward into future events.
Now, with making the cut, you get the exemption into the second stage of Q School, which is huge. You've had that before, but now it sort of probably alleviates some of the pressure to, get the top 2, even though I'm sure you're still gunning for that position.
Yeah, and I'm way behind right now, but there's still 4 or 5 events left, and I guess now the focus is getting the Canadian Open, because now that I got get to skip first stage, I don't need to be in the top 2, but obviously that's something you want to do. So Adam Hadwin and Roger Sloan and those guys have played really well this year, and a bunch of other guys sort of gotten ahead of me, and I've only played 2 events and didn't play very well in them. So going forward, I have to play well, and the U.S. Open, it's nice to make the cut and play well, but it's just 1 week, and I have to play well for the rest of the season, and I want to play in the Canadian Open as well and have another kick at it quickly, because over my career, I think I've played 9 PGA Tour events, but it's only been 1 a year. I've never got to play 2, and you sort of have that 1 week where you have to perform, and it's tough to step up and perform that 1 week, and you'd like to do it, but I haven't always been able to. And last week, although I didn't play well on the weekend, I finally made a cut, and I want to play more events, so you have a chance to sort of build the momentum. And so now the focus is to start playing well on the Canadian Tour and try to get in that Canadian Open.
Now, you've played well sort of Thursday, Friday in Victoria, played well Thursday, Friday, U.S. Open. Is there something in your game that's holding you back on the weekend?
I've been really inconsistent lately. I've been making a lot of changes in my game, and they're not huge changes, but they're subtle changes, and certain points, I get it on, and I'll lead a tournament, or I won the Albert Open, or I made the cut the U.S. Open, and then so some of my old tendencies creep back in, and right now I haven't been able to extend that over 72 holes, and I'm just still working on stuff, and I'll hit a bad shot here and there just because it's my old tendencies sleeping in. So I guess it's just the way golf is. You got to keep working, and hopefully when I get these changes to where I want them to be, I'll be able to play a whole tournament where I don't hit any of those shots I used to hit or that I don't want to hit, and I'm excited to see what can happen when I do that.
Well, we're excited to see that as well, Wes, and congratulations on getting through and making your first cut, and we'll look for more cuts to be made on the PGA Tour from you in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks, Wes.